What's going on, you guys? I just signed a lease for $1,100 here in San Francisco. I'm super excited about it. Cue the montage of all the amenities and the apartment itself. This is one of the most beautiful apartments in the whole city, in my opinion, especially for this price. This apartment actually costs $3,450 because this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. If you divide that by 3, it ends up being $1,150. I picked the master bedroom, so I'm paying $100 more. My other 2 roommates picked the other 2 rooms, so their actual cost is $1,100. Definitely you need to tack on utilities onto that as well, but it's definitely one of the best deals in the city right now, and I'm super excited to share this with you guys. All the videos that I've been posting, those are also the apartments that we've been touring, and this is the absolute best deal that we were able to find. However, before we get started with all of that, if you're new to this channel, my name is Max. I do videos on rent and investing because once you save a bunch of money on rent, you definitely gotta put it to some good use. So you gotta invest it into something, whether that be cryptocurrency or good investments out there. Definitely check those out. I'll be posting more of those as well. But without further ado, let's get started and look at these amenities and apartments in far more detail than the quick little montage that I just gave you guys. In this video, what you guys are gonna be getting is we're gonna talk about all of the amenities and the apartments themselves. I'm also gonna talk about the neighborhood. I'm gonna talk about the entire process. So what we use to schedule our tours, what made the scheduling easier, and tips and tricks throughout the entire process. I will also talk about the negotiation tactics that we use to get the price down as far down as possible to the levels that we were comfortable at and we felt was a good deal for us. So we'll definitely cover all of that in this video. We're gonna start with looking at some of the amenities. We'll definitely talk through them, and make sure to leave a comment and a like letting me know how you guys are feeling about all of this. Would love to hear from you guys. Let's get started. Starting with the lobby, here's a quick video of the lobby. Granite absolutely everywhere. One of the nicest ones we've seen. Moving on to the pool, there's a pool and a hot tub surrounded by the 2 apartments, 150 and 100 Vanessa. Absolutely beautiful. And this section here is a quick little bamboo garden with a studio there where you can take yoga classes. And this is all to get to the virtual golf drive right here in the apartment. I think that's pretty cool. And then right here we have one of the many lounges where you can come, hang out, relax, play some shuffleboard, sit down and socialize. There's so many places that you can just hang out with your friends in this apartment. And I feel like this place was absolutely packed before the pandemic. And I am super excited for all of this to be all alive again. And this is the library here. So this is somewhere where you can come, study, do some work, enjoy the awesome aesthetic that they have set up here. You can rent one of these rooms as well, use the printer. And as we make our way down, this is the downstairs area that we saw previously. This is actually how you get to the movie theater that you can also reserve within this apartment. The movie theater is the only thing not open during the pandemic right now. Everything else is open by reservation, so I think that's really cool. They have really nice tables, lots of places to store drinks, make cocktails. There's a sink, there's a fridge, a little stove space as well. I think it's just a great place to hang out and host some parties, invite some friends over. I think that's really cool. So moving on to our first rooftop here, this is the rooftop of 150 Vanessa. So 150 Vanessa and 100 Vanessa are right beside each other, and they're owned by the same management. And that's why you can share the amenities. I think that's super cool. There's lots of grills. There's a little pizza oven. I think that's really awesome. You can enjoy the beautiful views here. The Civic Center is right there. And you can see a lot of San Francisco just from this rooftop. But in a moment, we're gonna go all the way up to the rooftop of 100 Venice, and you'll see the views there. But for now, looking at here, this is also another yoga class area. I think that's also really cool. And now finally to the rooftop that we have all been waiting for and we've been striving for. Here it is, the rooftop of 100 Venice. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see the entire city of San Francisco from this one rooftop. It's all 360 degrees. You can see in every single direction. And I think that's absolutely awesome to have that in your apartment and to invite friends over and just come up once in a while and enjoy the views without having to even go anywhere. Lots of sitting area on the roof as well. As we were there just the other day, there's lots of people just enjoying their time, having a party basically. And you could definitely see the Golden Gate Bridge from here as well. I think that's really cool. And the entire downtown and financial district. I don't know. I think this is awesome. What do you guys think? Do you like this apartment so far? Let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like. I'd really appreciate that. And now let's check out the gym. Super excited about the gym. The gym is also open and the basketball court just opened up. When we were touring, the basketball court was closed. It's finally open and people are playing in there. I think that is super cool. Definitely gonna be there a lot and super excited about this gym as well. You're allowed a few people in here. I think it's 4 per reservation for this gym here. And there's everything that you could basically find at any other gym. I'm not sure how much it is lacking, to be honest. I'm not a huge gym guy, but there's definitely everything that I would be using or be interested in. And there's a lot more downstairs. So there's a second section to the gym where you can do some weightlifting as well. Now, moving on to the apartments. This is the first apartment. This is a 2-bedroom apartment. And this one's gonna run $3,612. That's after the 12-month discount has been applied. So it's the first bedroom here with a balcony. I think that's beautiful. That's an okay price. However, that price is for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Obviously, you can do much better if you're doing a 3-bedroom. And that's what we're doing. This place had a decent view, but considering that 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom apartments are exact same price, I don't think that's the best choice for somebody. Maybe if you don't have another option, or if you're just with your wife and a kid, maybe you don't need a 3-bedroom and you'd like a 2-bedroom. That's a way out. And that's why I think you should definitely look at getting higher number of apartments, 3-bedroom versus 2-bedroom. This one right here is only $100 more than the 2-bedroom, but it's got a beautiful kitchen, a great view, and lots of great rooms as well. I think it's a much better deal because then you can split it with 3 people and your cost per month goes down significantly. And honestly, having roommates is so much fun. So if you're in your 20s, this is definitely the way to go for you. Definitely always get roommates. Don't think that you need to go ahead and get a studio. That is just not a fun lifestyle in a city like San Francisco. You definitely want to get roommates, but you want to get roommates you trust. Absolutely, always, but something to keep in mind for sure. So as we tour these beautiful bedrooms here, I think they're a little bit small, but it does come with a balcony, this one at least, and it comes with a bathroom as well. I also noticed that a lot of the bedrooms have their own thermostat in it. I think that's also really nice and really handy. That one also had a really big closet. It's a small walk-in closet, you can say. And then there's a bedroom here with a slider door. Now let's move on to the last apartment here. Here we have also a beautiful kitchen, some great views, and this is the exact same price as the other 3-bedroom that we were looking at, and that was for $3,731. I think that's absolutely a great deal, and you can always negotiate the price even lower. That's what we did. We didn't end up grabbing this apartment. We grabbed an apartment with slightly worse view. And because of that, we were able to get it down to $3,550, and then we negotiated it down further, another $100, I believe, or something like that, and ended up being $3,450. And we're splitting that 3 ways, so I think that's an absolutely amazing deal and one of the best bargains in the city, considering all the amenities that this apartment has. What do you guys think? Now, talking about neighborhoods, this is located in Civic Center, which doesn't have the best rep out there. It's definitely not the greatest neighborhood in all of San Francisco, but I do think it's one of the most conveniently located neighborhoods. And doing circles around the apartments, doing a few blocks, everything looked really good. We did it a few times just to make sure, and we were completely satisfied with everything that we saw. Now, keep in mind, this is attached to Tenderloin. And I don't know if you've heard of Tenderloin or anything like that, if you are looking in San Francisco, or maybe this doesn't even relate to you, but it is one of the most sketchiest neighborhoods in all of San Francisco. There's a lot that goes down there. But of course, the neighborhood is always up to you, and every neighborhood in San Francisco has a completely different feel. This is a little bit more of downtown vibes, a little more of high rises and so on. So to each their own. It definitely has some of the nicest architecture in all of the city, as well with some of the buildings out there. So definitely do check that out. That is my 2 cents on the neighborhood. Overall, I think it's pretty good, and we're super psyched about moving there. So talking about the entire process, what we did is we actually took a look at Apartment List, and we used that to schedule all of our tours, make sure we keep everything on track, and so on and so on. And I did a video back in the day, I'll link it down below in the description, how to use Apartment List and how to navigate it to make the best out of the app. But putting that aside, when we scheduled our apartment tours, we made sure that everything was in the same day. We toured all 7 apartments in the same day, and that saved us a bunch of time, and it made negotiating a lot easier down the road as well. And we never forgot what we saw at one apartment. So when we moved from apartment to apartment, we definitely knew something was definitely better or definitely worse. And this was by far the best, not just in price, but in overall amenities, cleanliness, and so on. This was also one of the only apartment that had a fully guided tour from start to finish. They showed us all the apartments, they showed us all the amenities. Everything was super smooth because of that. And I think we also really loved that part. So overall, it hit every single checkpoint for us. But getting back to the process, so we booked everything all on the same day. We made sure that we won't forget anything or anything like that. We scheduled like half an hour breaks in between so that we can get from place to place. And we toured all 7 apartments in one day. And starting off, this apartment already had some of the best deals out there. They were already offering 12 months off. So negotiation was actually kind of tough because there was no other apartment that could compete with our pricing. And when you look at the rooms available, out of this giant apartment that they didn't have that many rooms that were still outstanding because they were offering really good deals and filling the rooms. And I think they were really good at that. Whereas some of the other apartments that I've talked about previously haven't really been doing that. So talking about the tips on how to get the best deal, first thing we did is we went on Apartment List and scouted out the best deals out there and toured those deals. Van Ness was actually top of the list when we looked at Apartment List. So we could have stopped there. Next thing we did is we requested the lowest apartments. They weren't showing us the 6th floor apartment, even though I could see it on the list of the apartments that are available. They were showing us the 8th floor. So that's another thing that brought the price down. Another thing that we did, and this is one of the best tips that I have to offer you guys, is after we toured all of those apartments, we saw some of the other deals that other apartments were offering, and we said, hey, can you apply this deal to this apartment here that we're looking with you guys? And then we'll definitely sign. So that's definitely a neat trick to lower the rent of the apartment that you actually prefer the most. Tell them to apply the same discount that somebody else is applying. They're actually already applying the best discount out there. And we just took another idea that another apartment was offering. They were offering $2,000 Visa. And we're like, hey, can you also give us a $2,000 Visa card? Because this is another apartment that has similar amenities as offering that. That's actually the landing tour. You can also check that link out in the description below. So they ended up applying that, and that got our rent down to $3,450, which divided by 3 ends up being $1,150. We're definitely going to be paying some utilities, so it's going to be, I think, $300 total, but that's also going to get split between the 3 of us, and we're probably going to write off Wi-Fi with one of our companies, and so on and so on. So we're actually getting a great deal here for such a great apartment with great amenities such as pool, a gym, so you don't need a gym membership, a great study room, a movie theater room. They also told us the Rooftop is one of the greatest places in all of San Francisco. I mean, they were probably selling it, but I do believe, looking at the roof, that it is one of the greatest places that People were probably throwing parties right before quarantine and everything like that. So I'm super excited for the rooftop and I hope we get to see it. And I can't wait for that basketball court either. I think that's gonna be absolutely huge. What do you guys think? Do you like this apartment? Would you move in? Tell me in the comments down below. What do you guys think? I'm so curious and hearing what you guys have to say. And if you have any questions about the process or how to negotiate rent, definitely comment that below and I'll be sure to answer them as soon as I can. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for leaving a like, subscribing. I'll see you next time with a brand new video.